In my family, vacations always started with drama. This time, it was our seats getting separated.
They're saying we can't sit together.
I'm not a kid anymore. I can handle sitting alone.
Okay, but you know the rule. No dating before 30.
We're at an airport, not a nightclub.
My dad's biggest fear had always been to see me grow up. You'd think I'd never date, but I did. It just required a lot of hiding. I recently broke up with Theo, my ex. But he was the super clingy kind. While my parents argued with the staff, I opened a game of Candy Crush and totally ignored my overbearing parents. I made my way to my seat, unaware that it was going to be a middle seat. Just as I was about to complain, I saw this really cute guy. I did everything I usually do with guys. Fudge it with my necklace, fluffing my hair. I even dropped my pen at his feet, but none of it worked. When I saw him open Candy Crush, it was my luck. I did the same and acted like I struggled.
I can never figure this game out. I'm terrible at it.
Every man loves a woman in distress. Always works like a charm.
Here, let me show you. Just match 3 candies of the same color to clear them.
Oh, that makes sense. Thanks.
So, are you traveling alone?
Yeah, just finished school and decided to take a little solo trip before college. You?
Solo trip for me too. Just wanted a break, you know?
What do you do?
I'm a history teacher. Any plans for college?
Thinking about majoring in literature.
More like undecided senior in high school. But hey, you didn't need to know that. I didn't want this to end, but reality was waiting just beyond those gates.
I've got to go. It was nice meeting you.
Who was that, dear?
Just someone I met on the plane.
The next day, my parents went on an excursion while I was headed to the beach with a book. I found the perfect spot to soak up the sundae. Just as I was finally relaxed, a ball hit my foot and scared the hell out of me. I turned around to yell when I saw Miles, the Hawkeye from the plane.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
It's you, Fancy. Crazy seeing you here.
Small world.
You left so quickly. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye.
Oh, my ride showed up early.
Lie number 3. But who's counting? And just like that, he walked away, clearly not that interested. But suddenly, he turned around.
Mind if I join you for a bit?
Sure.
What are you reading?
This epic love story set during the French Revolution.
Actually, during the French Revolution, many love stories didn't end so romantically. Many couples were torn apart, permanently.
Nerd.
I like facts.
And I like you.
We spent the rest of the day playing in the waves, building sandcastles, and talking about anything and everything. And soon enough, spending time with Miles became an everyday routine. One I had to get creative for. Every minute with Miles felt like something out of a storybook. We spent our night stargazing. I never knew the night sky could be this beautiful, or that I could feel this close to someone I just met. On my last day of vacation, I had lunch with my parents, but the elf kept mugging me with desperate messages. I was about to head to the beach to join Miles when the worst thing happened. Miles walked in and saw me with my parents.
Brielle.
Who is this?
What did we say about boys?
This is, he. The hotel's lifeguard? Yeah. I think I lost my necklace at the beach. He must have just found it. Be right back.
What the hell? Brielle, are those your parents?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me?
My parents are super weird when it comes to dating. And I didn't want you to know that I'm still in school.
School? As in high school?
His reaction was even worse than what I expected.
This is bad. Really bad.
Without another look, he walked away.
Miles, wait, please. Can't we just talk about this?
There's nothing to talk.
Just like that, it was over. The perfect summer fling, shattered by my own doing, my own lies. How could I have been so stupid? Everything reminded me of him. And getting over him was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Returning to school was a great distraction. Seeing my besties, Amy and Lisa, made me feel better.
How was your summer?
Before I could even answer, Theo showed up. Going back to school and having to see him around all the time.
I've been texting you.
She was too busy with her hot summer fling.
You're serious? You had a fling while I was here missing you?
Lisa.
Oops.
While I was excited to be back with my friends, I was dreading history class. It was the one subject I was failing every year. The worst part about history classes was the boring teachers. The teacher entered, wrote his name on the board, and turned with a familiar smile. It was Miles.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Davis.
Of all the schools, of all the classrooms, why here? He clearly was as stunned as I was, judging by the long, awkward silence that followed, until
Alright, let's get started.
Mr. Davis started with the usual, talking us through the syllabus and laying down the rules. Before I knew it, the bell rang and I couldn't wait to get out of there. On my way out, I heard his voice.
Excuse me, miss.
I turned around to see him look at me, pretending he had no clue who I was. Were we seriously doing this?
You can call me Brielle.
Brielle, can you stay for a moment?
Yes, Miles?
It's Mr. Davis.
Mr. Davis?
About this summer, no one can know. This is why I freaked out when you told me about the lies. We need to keep things strictly professional.
You're only like 3 years older than me.
It doesn't matter. I'm your teacher.
Fine.
I'll see you in class.
I was so pissed at him, acting like what we had this summer was nothing. As soon as I set foot outside the classroom, Lisa and Amy were all over me.
What was all that about? Yeah, spill!
Just some class stuff. You know, grades and assignments.
Really, it seemed more serious.
Just then, Theo approached me, looking super serious. Immediately, Amy walked away, but Lisa, always super nosy, stayed right there. I nudged her away and she rolled her eyes and left. Then Theo looked at me.
Do I know him? Your summer fling?
Theo, stop!
I have a right to know.
You have no right to anything. Just leave me alone.
With or without Miles, I was over Theo. They had nothing in common, and I wasn't interested in the stuff he liked. With Miles, though, I was interested in everything he said. And history soon became my favorite topic.
The grandeur of ancient Egyptian civilization. Imagine walking along the Nile, seeing the grand pyramids and the bustling marketplace. The people were innovative.
I could hardly focus on anything else. His passion for history was infectious, but in my mind, the classroom faded away.
They created magnificent temples and the stories, like Cleopatra and her forbidden love with Mark Antony. We must keep our love hidden.
In my daydreams, our love was forbidden yet unstoppable. No one could keep us apart.
The relationship between them is one of history's most famous love stories.
History was no longer just dates and events. Every era, every story, we found a way to be together. It made me fall in love with history and him, and then of course Lisa, always so nosy.
Isn't Mr. Davis just dreamy?
I hadn't noticed.
After class, I was about to walk out of the classroom when I heard his voice. Gave me shivers.
Brielle, un moment please.
As soon as everyone walked out of the classroom, he smiled at me.
Your essay on Cleopatra was excellent. You really captured the essence of her story.
Thank you, Miles. I mean, Mr. Davis.
I'm really happy history speaks to you.
I know a thing or two about forbidden love.
I swore I saw a little bit of a smile on his face, but I knew he wouldn't ever go back there, and I had to accept that. Later that night, Amy and Lisa came over so I could give Amy an outfit for her date with the school's quarterback.
You're the best. Girls, how hot is Mr. Davis? Right, Brielle?
This dress looks good on you.
Brie, why are you acting so weird? Can we not talk about him like this? Wow. Chill, what's your problem?
He's our teacher, Lisa.
Just saying.
I was angry, but mostly scared she'd find out the truth.
Whatever, let me change this depressing music. So Theo, are you really over him?
Is it not clear enough?
He's selling to you. Still, he sees you as this perfect thing.
I'm not perfect. Far from it.
At the time, I didn't realize how jealous she was of Theo liking me still, and how fast that would backfire on me. I knew something was wrong the moment I walked into the school. I saw Miles talking with the dean. He looked devastated.
Hey, you!
Suddenly, Theo dashed towards Miles, furiously. I threw myself between them just as Theo swung his fist at Miles. Security immediately intervened and took Theo away. Miles walked away looking totally crushed. The dean said the school got info about me and Miles. Now, Miles was fired on the spot. I ran after Miles, begging him to fight back, but he wouldn't.
You don't deserve this.
I do. I should have been more careful.
But I lied. It's my fault.
Doesn't matter.
That's it?
That's it.
It was over. He was gone for good this time. When I turned around, I saw Lisa standing there watching. Suddenly it all came clear. It was her.
You did this?
Little Miss not so perfect after all. Jealous? You were always jealous of her.
Amy was just as shocked as I was.
I didn't share your pictures with the school. I shared it with Theo. He shared it with the dean.
Are you kidding me? This all has to do with Theo?
I just wanted him to realize you're not that perfect. And there are other better options for him out there.
Let me guess. You?
Lisa swung right for my face, but I ducked before she hit me. I shoved her back, trying to defend myself. Amy jumped between us and Lisa stomped away. I never thought it would come to this. She betrayed me. It cost Miles his job. The dean told my parents they were beyond mad, learning their little girl wasn't, well, little.
We need to talk about what happened.
I'm 18, incapable of making my own decisions. I'm not a little girl anymore. You gotta give me space.
The rest of the school year was a blur. Rumors continued for a while about how I was involved with Miles and got him fired, but Amy by my side, I ignored them. As for Lisa, she tried to apologize, but I was done with her. Graduation day came faster than I thought. High school was over. Years later, I found myself at one of the most prestigious colleges. I walked into my first class as a PhD student, nervous but excited. I was there early and opened my phone for a quick game when something incredible happened.
That's not how you play.
Miles! After all these years, here he was, right next to me. No longer teacher and student, but equals. I used to imagine us together in all those historical settings, like we were destined to be. Now we were finally allowed to write our own story. And this time, nothing would stand in our way. Hi, my name is Pomni, from Norway, and I never thought anyone noticed me. Not until I met the sleeping boy. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning, like and subscribe. You won't regret it. Growing up, the only person who ever noticed me was my big sister, Ragatha. My mom traveled for work so much that I even called Ragatha Mom. When I was too little to understand what was going on, my sister would take me to school, where I would sit in silence and never say a word to anyone until she picked me up again. And then I wouldn't shut up the whole way home. But she didn't mind. She liked hearing me talk, and she liked playing games with me, like making me look like one of her dolls. She would also give me a makeover using our mom's makeup. Or dress me up as a monster and have me chase her around the house. Roar! I'm gonna eat your head.
My head?
Yeah, it's the yummiest part.
You really are a little monster.
Roar! When we got older, our mom moved to another country for work. She asked if we wanted to come, but we decided to stay. Ragatha had graduated from university and had a real job now, so we didn't have much time to hang out. But every Friday, I would wait for her at the train station near my school for when she got out of work. And we would hang out all weekend. And even though we grew up, nothing really changed. Except now we didn't play dress up anymore. Now we dressed up for real to go out to dinner, or the arcade, or whatever we wanted. We had the best life. The only problem was, I was still too shy to talk to anyone, especially boys. One time when we were at the arcade, I saw a boy staring at us. Ragatha elbowed me.
He's looking at you, Pomni. Go talk to him.
My cheeks got so red, my hands all clammy. I suddenly froze up and couldn't even play the games anymore.
Okay. Let's go home. You don't have to talk to any boys. But you know, it would make me really happy if you tried at least once for me.
Maybe you can talk to a boy for me. Then I won't have to do any work. She gave me a dirty look, but she was only kidding. I knew she was right. I just had no idea how I would ever talk to a boy. Then one Friday, the train that was supposed to arrive didn't come.
And suddenly, I got a really bad feeling. After 30 minutes, the train finally came, but Ragatha wasn't on it. I called and called, but she didn't answer. Then finally, I got a call, but it was from a random number.
Hello?
Is this Ragatha's sister? Pomni, this is the hospital. Your sister was in an accident. She's in a coma.
All the air left my lungs. In the hospital, I found her lying there with her head bandaged. She looked like she was sleeping. They didn't know how, but she fell onto the tracks and hit her head. The doctor said it was impossible to know when she would wake up. From that day on, I started visiting her every day. I usually read to her, but one day I forgot my book, so I just talked. And when I left, I ran into the nurse in the hallway.
If you have time, maybe you can talk to him too. He's in a coma, like your sister. I think he was part of the accident she was involved with.
He was?
I think so. but we don't know who he is. He didn't have any ID when he was brought in.
He had no one to visit him. I felt so sad. I imagined my sister being here all alone, with no one to talk to her all day. Before I knew it, I was in his room. He looked a couple of years older than me. I sat down beside his bed, and without even realizing it, I was just talking to him, just like I talked to Ragatha. 30 minutes later, I was finally out of things to talk about. That's when I realized something. You know, you're the only boy I've ever talked to. You're a really good listener. I started bringing 2 books to the hospital every day after that. One for my sister, and one for the boy with no name. Something strange happened after I was reading to him for a few days. Every night when I went home, I would think about him and even dream that we met and talked and fell in love. I realized it was ridiculous to fall in love with someone I didn't even know. And the next day, when I read to him, I tried to push the thoughts away. But for some reason, I just couldn't help but think maybe it was love at first sight. That night, I decided to leave the book I had been reading to him in the hospital closet so I wouldn't forget it. But when I opened it, I saw there was a leather sketchbook inside. I opened it and saw that it was drawings of people at the train station. Every page was a different person. I flipped until I found my sister. I couldn't believe it. I realized then that the nurse was right. They must have been in the same accident. And it gave me a great idea. Maybe if I could find out what happened, I could find out who he was. I went to the train station from his drawings. It was the same one Ragatha used to come and see me after work on Fridays. I saw a woman waiting for the train. Excuse me, do you know about an accident that happened here a few weeks ago?
Yes, I was here. A young woman fell from the platform as the train was coming and she hit her head. She would have died. But then the boy jumped down and picked her up. But as he pulled her away, the side of the train hit his back and he fell too.
Whoa! The boy I had been reading to all this time had saved my sister's life. Maybe I wasn't so ridiculous for having feelings for him. Maybe it was destiny. Then the woman pointed to an elderly lady.
That older woman. I think it's the boy's grandmother. She's been coming here every day waiting for him. We tell her he's in the hospital, but she doesn't remember.
I was so sad to see her waiting there for him. I wanted to tell her what happened. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you waiting for your grandson?
Yes, he's never late.
I don't know what happened, but I decided if she couldn't remember anything, maybe it wasn't a good idea to tell her something so terrible, like he's in a coma and might never wake up. But I couldn't leave her there like that, waiting for him. She had a cane and looked very weak. I'm sure he'll come home soon. Can I help you get home? I walked with her as she told me stories about how kind and wonderful her grandson was.
His name is Oscar. He's always drawing. He takes care of me.
With every word she spoke about him, I was falling more and more in love. But then I realized, oh no! Without him, she had no one to take care of her. After I walked her home, I went to the market and bought a bunch of food and took it to her house, where we both cooked while she told me more stories about him.
I always tell him he needs to meet a girl and have a life of his own. But he says he doesn't have time for girls. He says it's because of his work. But I know it's because he takes care of me every day. But there is one girl he likes a lot. He always draws her. See?
She pointed to a stack of drawings. I looked through them all. They were all of Ragatha waiting at the train station. I couldn't believe it. He was in love with her. My heart broke into a million pieces. The love I felt for him, it was all for nothing. And what was worse, if they both woke up, they would probably end up together, and I would have to watch. Still, I couldn't let his grandmother be alone, with no one to take care of her. So every day I would take the train and find her there waiting for him. And every day we would cook while she told me stories about how wonderful he was. I had to smile, but I wanted to cry. And every night after visiting her, that's exactly what I did. I cried on the train ride home, on the walk, and in my bed. And every day I would get up, go to the hospital, read to my sister, and then read to him. And then one day, I stopped reading and just talked. You know, Oscar, you're still the only boy I've ever talked to. And to be honest, the only boy I've ever loved. When you wake up, everything will be different. I'll miss spending time with you, but I hope we can at least be friends. One night, while I was sleeping, I got a phone call. Hello?
Fantastic news! Your sister woke up and she's doing really well!
I ran to the hospital and found her sitting there eating pudding. She smiled big when she saw me. I hugged her so tight, she begged me to let go. Before we left, I asked the nurse, "Can I come back to see him again?"
I'm sorry, but we don't allow anyone up here except family. I wasn't supposed to let you visit him at all, but I felt so bad.
Oh, I see. Can I say goodbye? She nodded, and I went to Oscar's room. When you wake up, I'll make sure you and my sister meet again. Oh, and don't worry. I'll take care of your grandmother until then. Goodbye, sleeping boy. I asked if Ragatha remembered anything, but she didn't. I heard a boy saved your life when you fell?
Really? I would love to meet him one day.
I'm sure you will. Fate has a way of making things happen. After that, Ragatha was still too hurt to work, so she just lived with me. But I kept seeing Oscar's grandmother every day to make sure she ate and was doing okay. One day, I knocked on his grandmother's door, and when it opened, it wasn't her on the other side. It was Oscar. I am.
Hello! Are you looking for my grandmother?
Yes.
She told me someone was taking care of her while I was sick, but she couldn't remember your name. Thank you.
Then he gave me a big hug, and all the thoughts I was trying to push away about being in love with him came back. He invited me inside, and we all had dinner. And this time, he had done all the cooking, and it was still delicious. While we sat and ate, I realized all the stories his grandmother had told about him were true. He was kind, sweet, funny. Then he asked me to wait while he put her to bed. After, he asked if we could talk outside. I said yes, but to my surprise, instead of going out the door, he went to a ladder that led up to the attic. Wait, why up there?
This is where I go to draw when my grandmother goes to bed, and tonight there will be fireworks.
He went up, and I followed him, even though I hated heights. He led me to a window and stepped out. He sat on the roof, and I sat beside him, looking over the faraway city. The lights twinkled like stars.
So how did you meet my grandmother?
Oh no! I hadn't thought about this part. If I told him the truth, I would have to say that I read to him in the hospital. At the train station. She was always waiting for you. Which wasn't a lie exactly. But now that meant I couldn't even tell him thank you for saving my sister's life. Maybe if I ask him about the accident, it will all come out naturally. But he said he couldn't remember what had happened. I felt so foolish for not telling him the truth, just to save myself from a little embarrassment. All he did was be nice to me. I decided I owed him for saving Ragatha. So even though I would be humiliated and look stupid, I would tell him the truth. But before I could, he said,
I kind of remember a little. There was this girl. I think she fell. I was in love with her.
I know.
You know? How could you know?
I saw your drawing of her. Your grandmother showed me. You were in love with her. That's why you jumped and saved her.
Actually, no. I was in love with her sister.
I couldn't breathe. Did he just say what I think he said? He looked down at the ground and said,
Every Friday, the girl from my drawings and I would get on the same train. Sometimes we talked a little. She said she was meeting her sister, and she started telling me about her, what she was like. She was cool and funny, and when she would get off, her sister would meet her. And I guess it was love at first sight, like we were meant to be. Sorry, I must sound stupid.
Good thing he wasn't looking at me. Or maybe he would have seen the hearts in my eyes. Why did you draw her sister and not the girl you liked?
I only saw her for a few seconds every day, but I always tried.
Then he showed me his book of drawings, and all the way in the back, there were drawings of parts of a girl. Never the full picture since he drew from memory but never saw her fully. It was me! I couldn't believe it!
After the accident, I can't remember what they looked like. I went to the station today, but I didn't see anyone who could have been her or her sister. I guess I'll never see her again.
Actually, you're looking at her right now. He turned to me, confused, and then his eyes lit up as he recognized me.
But how? I don't understand.
I put my hand on his and kissed him. Just then, the sky exploded with fireworks. I pulled away and looked into his eyes. It's a little complicated. Let's just say I took care of you. I'm adopted, and my adoptive parents split up about 8 years ago. I'd been low-key, hoping that they'd get back together all along. But then my dad brought her home. Not only was this woman not mom, but she was also a total witch. I came home from school early one day to find a woman sitting on the couch in my living room. She smiled at me.
Who are you?
Diana, sweetie, you're home early today?
Additional beads of sweat appeared on my dad's forehead and gathered on his eyebrows. Super suspicious.
It's nice to meet you, Diana. I've heard so much about you. I work with your father.
Dad doesn't usually bring his colleagues over for dinner.
She isn't just a colleague. I'm marrying her. Diana!
I thought we were gonna ease her into it.
Wait, you're marrying this strange woman? Are you serious?
We'll discuss this over dinner.
During the world's most freaking awkward dinner, I found out that my dad had met this woman about 3 months ago at a diner, of all places. She was sitting there all alone with a piece of pie, and he ordered her a coffee, and they got to talking, and then what unfolded was the most boring romance between two boring people ever. Their idea of a fun night is talking about the new drug formulas my dad's company is working. And Justine's idea of an ideal date is accompanying Dad to those awful company dinners that are actually just normal work sessions in disguise, with 100% more steak than usual. I excused myself to my bedroom as soon as I could and picked up the phone to call Mom. I told her what happened and she became very quiet. I realized that my mom must still really have a thing for Dad. I described Justine, then telling Mom the things they told me about.
I see. She seems too good to be true.
The next day, during history class, we learned about the hunting of witches in medieval and Puritan times. Apparently, back in those days, it was really easy to be accused of being a witch, and it was really hard to prove otherwise. But as the teacher moved on to talk about Hollywood's definition of witches, it, honest to goodness, sounded like he was describing Justine. Witches could cook up potions, charm people, and see some future events. She had one of the 3 nailed. I could see her excelling at all the rest. There was supposedly one surefire way to determine if someone was a witch: lure them into a circle. Once in the circle, the witch wouldn't be able to escape. I felt ridiculous even entertaining the idea, but I knew there was something off about Justine. So that evening, while Justine and Dad were preparing dinner in the kitchen, I lit the candles, dimmed the lights, and drew a circle on the floor beneath Justine's chair. We were sitting down to eat when my mom barged into the dining room.
Peter, I want you back.
This is neither the time nor the place for this.
Oh, it hurts.
I watched in horrified fascination as Justine stood and then fell to her knees, holding her head in her hands. Then she started moaning, and then she started to spew. Justine threw up jets of green vomit like a sprinkler all over the dining room.
The circle worked. It's true. You're a witch.
I'd never seen my father move as fast as he did in that moment. He put himself between my mom and Justine. In the blink of an eye, my mom lunged forward and tried to attack them both. I grabbed hold of the hood on my mom's coat and pulled as hard as I could. Mom looked at me with a look of betrayal and then rushed out of the house. My dad picked Justine up and carried her away from the circle to the living room couch.
Why didn't you tell me, Justin?
I was afraid I'd lose you if you knew about my condition.
Your condition? Your condition is being an evil witch.
Dinah, behave.
How did you know Mom would attack Justine? Dad?
That's right. Why? I ended things with your mother, Diana. She's a witch hunter. I thought she was having an affair, so I followed her. One night, I found her killing a witch in a dark alley. I just couldn't get past it. Justine, I want you to stay here with us. Now that Carrie knows about you, it's never going to be safe for you to be alone.
But Dad, she's a witch.
You defended her once. Can I count on you to do it again?
Yeah, I guess so.
That night, I told my teddy bear and doll all about the evening's events. I know they're not real, and I know it's a silly thing to do, but I always feel better after telling them about my day. And they're the toys I had even before I was adopted. I feel connect me to a past I can't remember, and I treasure that. However, this evening, when I got to the part about drawing the circle, Teddy looked disappointed in me.
Come on, Teddy. Don't look at me like that. I needed to know, and it's not like I expected it to actually work. Now, are you gonna let me finish my story or not? Teddy chilled out a little bit, so I told them the rest. Dolly looked worried when she found out that I grabbed Mom's hood to stop her. It's okay, Dolly. She's my mom. It's not like she'd ever hurt me.
You have my permission to skip school tomorrow to keep an eye on Justine.
So I can risk both my academic future and my life at the same time. Gotta admit, Dad, I'm not enthused.
What's wrong, sweetheart? How long are you gonna keep those things around? They're unnerving.
All this stress has got you jumpy. I get it. And yes, I'll watch Justine tomorrow and keep her alive for you.
When I got up the next morning, Justine was floating around the kitchen making breakfast. Literally floating. Having a good witchy morning, I see.
Oh, I thought you were still asleep. I'm not a witch. It's a condition.
A condition? You expect me to believe that you're floating?
I have invisible wings made of energy. The circle you drew around me last night gave me a terrible case of vertigo. It'll be a couple of days before I can walk on the ground.
But why'd you throw up? Green foam it, exorcist style.
I had split pea soup for lunch. Ask your father. We'll probably never eat it again.
Yeah, right.
Well, since you've made up your mind about me, I might as well not hold back.
At that point, the entire kitchen came alive with action in motion. The salt and pepper flew over to the stove and started seasoning things, while plates and bowls flew out of the cabinet and arranged themselves on the counter. Ingredients flew out of the fridge and arranged themselves. And at the center of it all was Justine.
Why are you being so blatant about this? And why aren't you trying to convince me that you're not a witch, when clearly you totally are?
It's the side effect from a drug. I took in a small percentage of the population. It changes our genetic structure. There is no cure.
And let me guess, my dad's company made the drug, right?
Yes, Peter knows why I sought him out now. I told him last night.
That night, Justine was making dinner when I heard the sound of the front door's deadbolt unlocking itself. I put myself between Justine and the entrance to the kitchen. My mom and two uncles walked in fully armed.
You won't stop me this time, Diana. That's why I brought reinforcements.
She says it's a condition.
And you believe that nonsense? A drug that makes someone wear black, eat only plants, levitate, projectile vomit, persuade people to do things they don't want to do, make objects move on their own.
It's supposedly an energy thing.
These are wicked people who need to be cleansed from society.
Diana, you should leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
My uncles lunged at me, and Mom watched as they tried to get me away from Justine. One of them threw me over their shoulder, and the other joined Mom and began attacking Justine. Suddenly, I saw pale yellow threads of something running down the back of my uncle's body. I reached out and pulled those threads with a yell. His body moved like a puppet on a string in exactly the direction I moved the threads. Somehow, I could see Justine's wings now, and as I watched them beat, I realized that I'd been waiting for as long as I could remember to do the same. I willed my wings to expand and felt something respond. I hovered in the air a few inches off the ground.
Diana, you're like them if you're one of them. It's true. They haven't been lying.
Mom was in front of me a second later. My uncles didn't stop. Suddenly, Teddy and Dolly came running in and attacked them both. Justine took advantage of the distraction and grabbed hold of their heads.
You are getting sleepy. Very sleepy.
Both men fell asleep.
Teddy, Dolly?
Hey there, kiddo.
Your wings are beautiful, sweetie.
You two have been watching her all along. Why did you let me keep her if you knew where she's been?
There was no place safer for Diana than with a witch hunter. Carrie.
We knew the mutation would show itself eventually. With both parents having been exposed to the drug, it was only a matter of time.
What? You two are my parents?
We put some of our energy in your favorite toy so we could stay in touch with you.
Tell Peter everything when he's back. We're counting on him. We're counting on you too, Carrie.
It's too dangerous for us to stay, Con, now that we've exposed ourselves. Goodbye for now, Diana.
Remember that we love you.
A neighbor had called the police, and when they showed up, my mom told them everything about her witch hunter family. She and her family were arrested, but Mom escaped. Dad married Justine a couple months later. Shortly after, he revealed the truth about what the pharmaceutical company had been doing. I was Justine's maid of honor, and eventually I got used to my extra set of senses, but I missed my parents. I'd sit alone in my room with Teddy and Dolly in front of me, hoping that somehow my mom and dad would be there again. Suddenly, my phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. So yeah, my dad brought home a total winch, except she isn't. And in the end, my family didn't get smaller or more splintered by this change. Instead, it's actually bigger. And it's about to get bigger. Yet once we reach my birth parents, I guess what I learned is that I shouldn't judge people based on my preconceived notions because I could totally be wrong. Family is about love and acceptance, even when people are different. Take time to listen before you judge. This story is purely fictional. Do not try to copy any dangerous or violent actions.